Hi everyone. Namaste. How are you been doing? Right. Hi. Uh, Today
Today,
I'm
I'm
here to
here to
speak to
speak to
you
you
about
about
something
something
that
that
I
I
believe
believe
has
has
been
been
vitally
vitally
important
important
since the
since the
time
time
postponement
postponement
has
has
been
been
announced for
announced
the
for the
NEET
NEET
exam.
exam.
And the
And the
reason
reason
I'm
I'm
saying
saying
this,
this,
I
I
wanted to
wanted to
conduct this
conduct this
session.
session,
I've been
I've been
wanting to
wanting to
conduct this
conduct this
session
session
for a
for a
good
good
amount
amount
of
of
time.
time.
And the
And the
reason is
reason is
because
because
of the
of the
innumerable
innumerable
messages
messages
that
that
I'm
I'm
getting, and
getting, and
most of
most
them
of them
unfortunately are
unfortunately are
negative
negative
messages
messages
that,
that,
sir,
sir,
this is
this is
not
not
fair,
fair,
why is
why
it
is it
happening,
happening,
and we
and
had
we had
other
other
plans
plans,
and
and
this
this
and
and
that.
that.
So
So
there's
there's
a
a
lot of
lot of
whining
whining
messages
messages
I'm
I'm
seeing.
seeing.
Some
Some
people are
people are
happy,
happy
oh, that
that
they've
they've
got more
got more
time, but
time,
I
but
did
I
a
did a
poll on
poll
my
on my
group,
group,
and
and
almost
almost
80%
80%
said
said
that
that
we are
we are
unhappy.
unhappy.
And more
And
than
more than
unhappy, the
unhappy, the
word that
word that
actually
actually
got
got
me
me
and
and
triggered me
triggered
into
me into
getting
getting
into
into
this
this
session
session
is the
is the
word
word
frustrated,
frustrated,
okay,
okay,
annoyed,
annoyed,
irritated.
irritated.
So
So
these are
these are
heavy
heavy
words.
words.
These are
These are
words
words
that
that
means
means
that
that
it's
it's
not
not
just
just
pure
pure
disappointment.
disappointment.
There's a
There's a
level
level
above
above
disappointment, which
disappointment,
is
which is
frustration.
frustration.
So I
So I
thought
thought
I
I
I
I
thought
thought
that
that
there's an
there's an
echo.
echo.
There's an
There's an
echo.
echo.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
One
One
second,
second,
bache.
bache.
Let me
Let me
just
just
give me
give me
one
one
moment
moment
about the
about the
echo
echo
part.
part.
Okay. Now just check, please. Now can you check if the echo is still there? Sorry about the echo. Now just check. Now is it okay? I just checked the audio. Is that okay now? See is the has the echo gone? Just check if the echo has disappeared. Yes or no? It's still echoing. It's still echoing. Now it's good. It's fine. Okay. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. So there was one one small thing that I did not put off. Right. Okay. Cool. So good. I'm seeing a lot of chats. So that excites me. It excites me that a lot of students are there who want to listen to what I have to say. What I was trying to get at, I'll just now. Good. Thank you, Bache. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It'll be nice if you correspond with me. It'll be nice if it's a two-way communication, because then I can read, I can see what you're going through. So what I was trying to get at is because of the fact that there are a lot of students who are now messaging me that, sir, this is not fair, right? Sir, I'm not happy with what's happened. I had made certain plans and I had my timetable according to the March curriculum, March exam, and suddenly now I have lost all motivation. I don't know how to do it. I have fear, I have uncertainty, I don't know how to plan. My preparation was on track and now suddenly something is not correct. How do I reframe my whole situation? How do I reset my situation? How do I restart? Am I going to forget everything which I have read? And how do I now plan for my July date? Yes, please. Is that not what all of you are actually having an issue with? Yes or no? Have I phrased that correctly? Yes, have I phrased that correctly, bache? Okay. So today it's my humble attempt to solve some of that mystery and to see what we can do in the space between your 2 years. That's the playing field today. The playing field, the pitch, so to speak, is the space in between your 2 years, because that pitch is unfortunately a bouncy pitch right now. That pitch is weird. That pitch, you are not understanding what to do about that space, which means that we are now trying to see what we can do with our own mind. Can we then rephrase it? Can we do something about telling something to our mind so that our mind now behaves properly, because it's starting to play games with you? Yes or no, please? Minds play a lot of games, unfortunately not with other people, but usually with yourself. Yes, so I will have a few pointers and see, and I will be more than happy. I'll be more than happy if you have a pen, have a paper, and whatever I say, don't only just listen. You have to jot down whatever appeals to your heart. Today we are going to speak, okay, basically not about preparation, not about planning, not about dermatology. I'm a dermatologist. I've been teaching at DBMCI now. So I'm not speaking here about the portion and the concept and this and that and how many days to do. That's not the thing today. Today we just speak about leveling your mind, leveling your head so that your head becomes your friend and an ally in this journey rather than something which pulls you back. Usually I would believe that, all of us, because we have done till MBBS, we have almost completed MBBS, we are actually a cream of society. Even though you may or may not believe this, but I believe this. If you look at the entire country, how many people have the luxury, I say that luxury, how many people have the good destiny even to even do the MBBS course? You are the select few. Though sometimes what happens is when you are inside this cocoon, you feel, oh, what big have I done? That's what you think from your perspective. But what if I say this from the Indian perspective? How many percent of people start to even get the chance to do an MBBS course? So I definitely believe, if I look at this situation from outside, you're definitely one of the creamier people who are basically the elite class. Now the issue with this whole aspect is, when you are here, it's almost like you are a thoroughbred horse. But you know what's happening? Your mind is trying to be that rope which is trying to pull back that horse from galloping. So we are going to deal with this, and this is really the space I want you to listen to, and feel free to jot down whatever you feel you like, so that you can revise this when your chips are down, when you feel sad, when you feel a bit low in life, because all of us will have those phases, including me. I'm here talking to you about how to have a strong mindset, and guess what? I have so many days where I feel I don't feel nice. I'm admitting that openly on air, openly live. I can tell you I feel lousy on so many days. And I have no reason like that. I said, what happened today? I'm not feeling nice. What do I do then? So those days are the days where those small chits of papers, where those small sayings, which really make a difference in helping me get out of the bed and start to fight again. On the good days, I don't need anyone around me. I need them most when I have bad days, and when I really feel that there is a help I need. And generally I've always realized that the biggest problem is we don't get support. Yes or no? Please tell me if I'm wrong here. When you are in this journey, you almost feel lonely. You almost feel as if you're doing this on your own without any support around you. You almost wish as if there was someone around you who could feel what you are going through, and somehow somebody who's gone through that journey. And it need not be your parents. Your parents would not know. Maybe your best friend also would not know. And you are like, is there someone who can just tell me that, yes, I know what you're going through, I understand what you're going through, and I'm not here to tell you read 10 hours. I'm here to tell you that it's a tough journey. Be kind to yourself. Be generous to yourself. Allow bad days to come. It's okay. So please, first point that I want to really know, I tell you here, is please be generous. Please be kind to not who? Not to other people. The first responsibility all of you have is be loving towards yourself, which I believe most people have always been taught. My parents always taught me, respect other people, love other people, be kind to other people. I think they made a mistake. I think all our parents made a mistake there. All our sayings made a mistake there. I know respecting others is nice, but you know what the first sentence before that sentence? Do you respect yourself? Do you love yourself? Do you be kind to yourself? For example, I know of so many students who will actually plan in the morning that, okay, let's read for 10 hours, and let's assume because of some reason they're not feeling nice, they're having a headache, they're having some issues with their abdomen, some loose motion, some bad sentiment, some family member getting sick, whatever, and you read maybe just 2 hours, you almost feel as if that day is a failure. Yes, yes or no, please. But you know what? Some people get very angry because they're not kind to themselves at that day. That day is the day you really have to be generous to yourself, because you need your own love that much more on the days where you underperform. Problem is, when you really come first in the exam, everybody is clapping. When you get defeated, who claps? Nobody claps, and you also don't acknowledge yourself and your efforts. So the first thing, bacha, I want you to know is accept that even till July exam, even till the exam which is going to come, it's such a big time that you will have very bad performing days. You are going to underperform on a few days. We are not machines, we are not AI, we are humans with messy hearts and with messy minds, which doesn't really come in control sometimes. Yes or no? Tell me if I'm saying yes, or if I'm saying incorrectly. I want you to tell me whether I have verbalized what you people go through. Yes or no? Is that not a valid representation of what the mind does? I can go through the camera and actually read your mind and tell, I know this is true because I used to feel this so much, because I was a student who used to be almost having a stick in my own brain. Oh, why are you not studying? Why are you not studying? Almost as if I become that teacher, that bad teacher with a stick. And I am the student also, I am the teacher also with that stick, and I'm hitting myself incessantly on the days I'm not performing. It's almost like that circus with an animal there, and the trainer is hitting that animal all the time, and the animal is getting tired, but the trainer says no, you have to run, you have to bark, you have to put on a show. We are not like that. We are humans. Sometimes we feel like putting up a show. We just feel like not doing anything. Yes. And you know what? When we do nothing, we feel worse about it. We feel guilty about it, that everybody else is doing it. I am the only one who's not doing it. Today, we'll speak about accepting yourself unconditionally. We have always been taught, love this person. As a parent, we have been taught, love your child unconditionally. I'm here to tell you, love yourself unconditionally, even on the days you don't live up to your own standards. That love sometimes disappears, and that is the start of losing self-esteem. Most people will message me, sir, I don't feel very confident, I feel I'm not in control of the situation. How do I build self confidence? The only way to build self confidence is accept yourself for all the ugliness also that all of us also have, the bad emotions, the irritating emotions. Sometimes you feel like killing some people, mentally, like, how dare. So that's okay, that's how it is. Accept yourself unconditionally. Today, we'll speak about what to do about the major disappointments that all of us are going through, how to handle the fear of the exam, how to handle the feeling that what if I don't get the field of my choice? What if I don't get the rank of my choice? Even after working hard, what if I fail? That what if is such a heavy word. I remember having that word all the time. I used to be scared and scared and scared and scared. And it's like that. I remember that Three Idiots movie. There is that character. Yes, I'm forgetting the name. The character who actually is scared all the time, right? And he underperforms because he's scared. And I guess that's what we are going through. We are going through fears. We are going through what if we are not going to do well. So we do 101 things in panic and anxiety that undermines our performance even further. We know we don't want to do this. We don't want to have a lap with the head on our hands, wanting to know, maybe some faculty comes, gives me the magic words. What do I do? What do I do? You keep on hunting for many apps. This faculty and this faculty. You message ki kya karu, kya karu, kya karu. Is that not we are going to? So today we'll speak about my way of doing this. How would I do it if I was in your situation? Is what we will talk about. Yes, Vachet? Yes, please. Is that not what we want to do? We really want to now today look at how we start to restructure our preparation again, because it's almost as if you were in fifth gear. Yes, the car was rolling along nicely, and you know what you felt. You basically, so you started your journey for March. You always had that in your mind कि मार्च में हमारी जर्नी खत्म हो जाएगी, मार्च में हमारी journey will finish. And guess what? You near the destination, and some funny fellow says, oh, wait, I will lengthen your destination. I will change your destination. Suddenly now we have 400 miles more to go, and you're like, my God, what nonsense is this? And that's the disappointment we are trying to address today, as to how do you reset your journey again. Yes or no, please? Yes. Okay. Now, this is something that I always quote, and I have been loving this all the time. And this has kind of, usually this has kind of helped me in the situations where I feel injustice has happened in the world around me. Most of us, when we were children, our parents kind of, told us all the time, you do good and good will come back to you. You do good, you do bad things will come back to you. So you felt there's a sense of justice in the world. God is looking for you. You do nice, you pay your taxes, everything is nice, and nice things come back, is what a Cinderella story would be. That will be what all those, Jataka tales and everything. Good always wins in the end, is what you would kind of grow up believing. And you know what? You get to adulthood and something knocks you with no fault of ours. You almost start feeling as if there is no sense of justice in this world. You say, अरे यार मैंने कुछ गलत नहीं किया था, मेरे साथ गलत क्यों हुआ? And look at that fellow. That fellow has done such bad things, and guess what? Such nice things are happening to him. He's enjoying his life also. He's doing good things and bad things, sorry, and he's getting something back. And I'm not doing anything wrong. What's happening? So guess what? This is something that really helped me when I used to think that way. And trust me, I used to think that way because I used to be a nicer person, and then bad things still happened. And this was a Rocky Balboa character in this movie. Okay, Rocky, the Sylvester Stallone. He's a boxer, right? And he starts fighting, and he starts getting hit multiple times by the champion, and he falls down all the time. He's working hard, he still falls down. He trains hard, he still falls down. This is saying that he kind of say, which I really want to tell you at this time. No one will hit you harder than life itself. It doesn't really matter how hard you hit. Okay, it doesn't really matter. It's about how much you can take, and you can still keep fighting, how much you can suffer and still start moving forward. That's basically how you will. Basically, what does it mean? It basically means that you cannot prevent the punch which comes to you. Life will keep on punching you. Your NEET exam will start getting delayed, and then you like, oh, that's a punch, I did not deserve that, I did not see that punch coming, and you fall down. You know what you think? Why did the punch come? Why did you punch come? Why did the punch come? You keep on asking your destiny that why is this even happening to me? You have no right to ask that question, because life has always been uncertain. The only thing certain about life is uncertainty. Please accept it now. Please accept it after 5 years. Please accept it at the end of your life. You will have so many things which will be a punch which just comes out of nowhere. You get up in the morning nicely, something really punches, some punch happens, and you're like, oh, I did not deserve it. But you know what? You are no one to question it as a human. Destiny has its own game to play with you. The only thing in your hand is how much you can take this, how many times you can get hit and still start getting back up and start getting back into your own punches. So today I'm here to tell you, accept it without regret. Accept it as one more punch that destiny throws on you, and your mindset now has to say, okay, I have fallen down, I've kind of got a bit injured, I've got a fissure, I've got a crack, I've got a CLW on myself, I got a punch, I did not deserve it, I fall down, I'm hurt. But guess what? Let me dust myself up and let me come back up and see what I can do with my return punch to people around. And that's what really life is all about. So today and forever, let's first start being okay with injustice. Life is a bed of wrongdoings which we don't deserve. Okay, good people get cancer, they don't even deserve it. How many times do you question it? You don't even question it. You're like, okay, fair enough, life has given me a punch. Okay, let's get back up. So please write that in your notes, the 3 phrase mantra here: get back up. And that's really how I wanted to look at your uncertainty. How do you want to even process it in your mind? You are like, okay, no issue, it's the same for everyone, let's just get back up. Yes or no, please? Is that not what I've kind of trying to get back here? This is something that I've always believed in. This is something I like as well. So many students say ki, sir, I don't feel in control. I don't feel like I'm in control of the situation. My portion is haywire. I have 19 subjects to master, and I don't know if I'm really at the right pace. है ना? What if some question comes which has not been taught by my faculty? First of all, listen to this. There are very few things which you have in control. Okay, which is that white circle in between, and there's a big blue circle, like the big blue ocean, which is uncharted territory, which is completely out of your control. The NEET exam and the date of the NEET exam postponement has never been in your control. What questions come in the exam is not in your control. So why worry about something which is in the vast blue ocean, which you have absolutely no idea and you don't even know what's going to happen? The real stress usually comes when you think of what is not in your control. So there are only two things. Whenever I used to think about things, okay, so see, worry is a part of life, right? Some worry factor comes in my mind today. Let's say I usually, it's almost like a flow chart business. You like flow charts? We divide this into two. Yes. So what is one thing? Is it in your control? Is it not in your control? That's the only thing I want you to know. NEET exam is not in your control. The date is not in your control. What happens by the Indian medical bodies is not in your control. Politics is not in your control. Elections are not in your control. These five things, just throw it out the window. The only thing in your hand is what you want to do today, right? And guess what? If you just focus on this white circle, half of your worry goes. I always love saying this, and I keep on saying this all the time. I love what Mahendra Singh Dhoni said. He used to be told, why are you such a cool fellow? Why are you such a cool captain? Right? Why do you not feel scared when there is like 10 runs to score in the last two balls? Do you not feel fear that the Indian team will lose? What happens? He says, if I think about what will happen after two balls, I'm sure not to be able to hit those two balls. The only way I can hit those two balls and give justice to it is if I only concentrate on how the ball was delivered rather than how the next ball would be. If the ball is a Yorker, so be it. That's my destiny. I can't do anything about it. If it's a bouncer, maybe I will not be able to hit, but I don't know, right? So the same thing for you. You don't know what life throws at you. You're not here to predict what happens tomorrow. You're here to predict and really do your best on the ball which is bowled to you. You just hope that it's a full toss. That's it. But you have to be ready for that full toss rather than thinking that kya hoga, kya hoga, kya hoga. And that's the first thing. In control, out of control is something honestly I want you to first start looking at, and that's usually how I used to stop removing my worry. Now all of us have worry genes. I always say humans have a different gene which nobody talks about. It's a gene of worry, it's a gene of anxiety, it's a gene of panic. But guess what? Panic is always in tomorrow. Stress is always in tomorrow. Today usually never gives you stress if you really think about it carefully. If you are just on the today's part, I usually felt more calmer, more peaceful, more at calmness with my own mind. The moment my mind races to tomorrow, I've usually found that my mind starts to panic a bit, my heart rate increases, I start a bit, I become a bit jittery that kal kya hoga. And that's all. It's very easy to say, I know, but that's the only way to remove stress is remove all those things which are almost like a rat chewing on your mind and destroying the calmness that it actually has. I always want you to do one thing, Bache. Most students and even most humans for that matter like thinking or rather like listening to motivating talks, right? That you see some nice saying in the morning, you're like, ah, acha lag raha hai. You will see a nice movie, you see a motivational something, you will like nice. But you know what? I want you to ask you one question. Are you a listener or are you a doer? Who are doers? Doers are people who are usually in action rather than in feelings. What do you mean by this sentence? A nice sentence for you to write down again. Don't stay in feelings, stay in actions. Don't stay in emotions, stay in actions. Means what? if you think yaar nahi ho raha nahi ho raha nahi ho raha, that's what feelings and emotions. The second person says, yeah, even if I don't feel like it, let me read for 30 minutes today. He's a action fellow, he's a doer. You know, that's the Nike logo. Just do it. Did they say just feel it? Did they say just think over it? Thinking and listening and feeling and emoting usually gets you nowhere. Sometimes it's a web. Yes, please. Yes. What I need you to do is get into the action zone, right? So many students really would ask me that, sir, I don't feel like working hard now. It's too much. अति हो गई है, जैसे कहते हैं ना, अति हो गई है. It's beyond, the water is above my nose. I'm drowning in this. I don't feel like working anymore. You know what? And students ask me, sir, why do you work hard? Right? How do you work hard? Why do you work hard? I can tell you one thing. Why do I work hard? Right? Why do I work hard? Because listen to this very carefully. Because on the days I work hard, I feel massive self-respect. I feel proud of myself. I feel I can get things done. I feel I'm not a lazy fellow on that day. On the days I work harder than what I'm capable of, what I earn is my own self-respect. So today I'm here to say, you don't work hard to get a good result. You don't work hard to get a good rank. You don't work hard to get a Mercedes and this and that. You are working hard so that you feel proud of yourself. That pride is something that you earn at the end of the day with the day well lived. And that honestly is my way of becoming mentally strong. Some of you would say, how do I become mentally strong? Kya karu? Mera mind to bahut weak hai. You know why your mind is weak? Because you have not sacrificed the comfort zones. You are not wanting to get into the discomfort zones of your life, because discomfort is discomfort. You don't like that. But you know what is at the end of discomfort? What is at the end of discomfort is a day that you are proud of. Is a day that you feel, yaar, aaj na mujhe apne bare mein acha lag raha hai. So that feeling of wanting to be, kind of having this shoulder out, the chest out and the shoulder back, that kind of a warrior stature only comes where you feel you deserve to have that, and that only comes from a day where you're working hard beyond what you think you were capable of. And I love this when I say this. Most of us, when we fail, when we see ki this is enough, this is what I could do, I cannot do anything more than that. When you feel it's the end of your effort zone, you know what? Science tells us you are still at 40% of your capability. So when you think you can't go more, you can't go on more, you are still at 40%. And trust me when I say that, we call this the second wind. The concept of second wind, where when you feel enough, जैसे काफी लोगों को लगा ना March, enough, I can't go until July. Trust me, you're still at 40% of what you're capable of. And this is something that I generally want to drill into you, bache. You have not even explored the capability of your own mind and possibility. You are stopping at what you think your mind is capable of, but most of our thoughts are so underestimating. Yes, please. Yes, and I need you to know this. You are capable of the universe. And I'm not saying that as a hyperbole. I'm saying this and I mean this. I've seen students who have challenged themselves ki karke dikha. Postponement from March to July is a challenge that I am giving you today, that can you explore the crevices of your own mind, and can you drag that extra 60%, and then you say, यार ये तो possible है. मजा आ गया सोच के कि possible है. मुझे तो लगता था मेरे से होगा नहीं, but आज लग रहा है यार हो जाएगा. And that might be the real mantra and the real thing that you can even take ahead. Then you're in your post graduation, and then in your marriage, and then in your career, and then in your old age. That when you say कि देखो ये चीज तो सब जगह आएगी. जब आप शादी करोगे तभी भी ये आएगा, जब आप करियर बनाओगे तभी भी आएगा कि बस हो गया, यहां तक ही जा सकते हैं, इसके आगे नहीं जा सकते. But then a door opens somewhere, and then you say, Ara, I can see a ray of hope at the corner of the, I thought this was a blunt complete wall, and I can see a gap I can go through. And I'm here to tell you there is a gap in the wall. Open your eyes. You can go through this wall. It's just a fiction wall. It's not a real wall. Yes or no, please? I want you to know one thing, bache. Every morning when we wake up, all of us are given an empty basket. God is so kind. God usually wipes off the slate in the night. When you're sleeping, God आपके लिए काम कर रहा है. God is saying कि रुक, मैं तेरी सारी चीज रब करके I'll give you a fresh slate tomorrow. I'll give you an empty basket tomorrow. And it is now your job either to fill it with good fruits or rotten fruit. That is your choice. And I'm here to tell you, if you make a lot of effort in filling it up with things that improve your confidence rather than filling it up with things which remove your confidence and focus, by the end of the day you have a wonderful basket which you are going to be proud of. You and then God says, okay, let me wipe that again. I'm giving you a fresh slate tomorrow. Fill it again. Now if you have consecutively many days like this where you are actually working at the extreme limit of your possibility, you'll start gathering your own self-respect. The only person you are really supposed to have respect for is yourself. But guess what? It just doesn't come just by saying it. You have to do an action to earn your self-respect. For example, you respected Mahendra Singh Dhoni, let's assume, or ABC fellow. You think you respected him just because of the heck of it? No, he's done some action, right? He's become the captain of the Indian team, so he's did something for you to give him respect. What have you done to get your own self-respect, apart from just saying that, oh, why am I not feeling self-confident? What have you done? I'm sorry, I'm being a bit harsh here. What have you done? Damn it, what have you done to earn your self-respect? Are you working out of your skin? Are you going beyond your comfort zones? Are you getting to a place where you say, यार मुझे लगा नहीं था लेकिन मैंने कर लिया? वहां से आता है सेल्फ रिस्पेक्ट. सेल्फ रिस्पेक्ट कमाना पड़ता है खुद के लिए भी. And guess what? When you start respecting yourself, see how many people around you will start having wondrous eyes and golden eyes towards you. कि क्या आदमी है यार? What a female! Wow! But you know what? That wow was earned. That wow was not given to that fellow. Anybody who's worthy of respect has earned it. Yes, please. Yes, please. Get this one sign. Clear? And I love when I want to say this. Listen very carefully. Science tells us that we are the average of 5 people around us. Listen to the sentence again. We are the average of 5 people around us. So whoever are the 5 people around you, you become an average of that. So there's so many students who now are in the company of other students who are feeling negative, who are feeling, yaar, ye kya hai yaar, they start generalizing things. Oh, India is like that, the Indian system is like that, this is so bad, medical students are always treated like. So when you have a company of people like that, you also become like that. So my first and the foremost advice to all of you, from now till the July date which has been given to you, try to filter out people who are looking at this postponement in a negative way. What if around you have people who say, okay, let's take it up as a challenge, let's take it up as a metaphor for life, that life ऐसे ही करती है और ये आपके लिए एक स्कूल है. This is life's school. This is a school of life. This school of life is teaching you things that you have to overcome, because these kinds of things will happen again. Okay, for example, you are expecting a certain thing and that suddenly changes. This is a universal phenomena. What you expect, how many people are going to get exactly what you expect? Most people get something completely different than what they had expected. And then later on, after 10 years, you would say, yaar, अच्छा ही हुआ वो ऐसा हो गया. This is called the retrospective things, and you will usually find यार ठीक ही हुआ, इतनी कोई बुरी बात नहीं थी जितना मुझे उस टाइम पे लगा था. Go back 10 years from now. Maybe at that time, something which really consumed your day, made you depressed, made you angry and frustrated and crying. Maybe today you're not even remembering it unless you have put that up in a diary. Yes or no? Tell me yes. So, what are the chances that you will even remember these 3 or 4 months? Nothing. So, what are we cribbing about? What is the uncertainty here? There's no uncertainty because it's bound to happen. Now or in post graduation, you expect a good college, you go there thinking it's a great college, and let's assume there your colleagues are not nice. Tell me what you will do now. Will you again start crying that your I don't deserve this, your I had got such a good rank, I don't deserve this, people are not teaching here, I don't have patience. 101 things can happen. Do you not want to challenge yourself then also? So why don't you develop a habit of challenging yourself in these things which are unexpected? That's genuinely how you want to look at this, please. Right? And I genuinely wish and say this to you, be ruthless in this. Even if your parents are saying negative things for you, take them off. You have to only surround yourself with people who are increasing and improving your confidence, not pulling you down like a cram. Yes, please. I told you about the empty basket concept. Fill it up, fill it up, fill it up daily with effort, 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 effort. And you will wipe your slate in the night, get up tomorrow with effort and effort and effort. You have no business to think about results. I call this the difference between effort mentality and result mentality. I want all DBMCI students to be in the effort mentality, not in the result mentality. We call this also as the process mentality, not the result mentality. You have to just be on today and today and today because effort is in your control. Remember that white circle in the middle? Effort is completely in your hand. Result is the blue circle around it, which is never in your hand. So you just have to increase the white circle and stop thinking about the blue circle, is my real elderly advice to all of you. I wish this and I say this to all of you. You might have the best wishes of the world, that I want to be a neurosurgeon, I want to be a cardiac surgeon, I want to make my parents proud, I want to have a Mercedes, and I want to have a this, and you have a strong heart. But a weak mind is usually in the way of a strong heart, and weak minds come from weak efforts. So look at this cycle now: a weak effort, a weak mind getting in the way of a strong heart. So your wishes are not going to get you anywhere. I might wish that tomorrow I'm this and this, but if I don't put in those efforts without looking at the results, it's not going to get me anywhere. So let's please, please, please stay on effort. I need this to be written from for you. Success happens after you are tired. So many students will, I also read, kind of were looking at that in the vibe session. Students say, sir, I'm tired, nahi ho raha, tired, I'm tired, please don't take more sessions, no, enough, tired. But now guess what, success happens after you get tired. If you stop when you are tired, you're losing the game. It's almost like the gym. If people have gone to the gym, it's called flexing till failure. When your muscle just cannot complete one rep, that's when you're supposed to stop. Most people stop before only कि नहीं हो रहा बस अरे, but you have 2 or 3 reps left in the tank. So don't ever just stop there. You have to just go beyond it, beyond it, beyond it. Yes, please. Okay, I need you to start your day like this. Okay, every morning when you get up, we call it the golden hour. Golden hour means the first hour of the day is where you really make your day. The first hour has to be filled with things which are taking you ahead. What is that? And that is usually meditation. I conduct daily meditation at 9:45 in the night. You can join my Telegram group, right? Dharma by Dr. Saurabh Jindal, and that we do daily night meditation at 9:45, and that is how to develop a peaceful and a calm mind. Please join me every night at 9:45. I'll give you a wonderful way of getting your mind back into control, because your mind is like a rabbit, it's running all the time. It's high time that you control this with some kind of mental control. But again, mental control just doesn't come like that. Yes, you have to actually do something to again get that rabbit under control, and that usually we feel this is when, I usually say this again. Okay, most of us stop when we are tired. Yes or no? I have a different sentence, please. Don't stop when you're tired, stop when you are done. Write that down. Don't stop when you're tired, stop when you are done. When there was a March exam, you were tired. आपको लगा मार्च तक अपना मस्ती शुरू हो जाएगा, फिर then they postponed it. You're tired, but are you done? You're not done. You have unfinished business, and that business can only be accomplished once you meet this further challenge. And this is a golden opportunity, because so many students now have taken a seat back, a step back. This is the time for you to push in the accelerator to avoid the competition now, to get ahead of the competition, because the real competition is only with yourself. और मैं हिंदी में ये बात बोलूंगा, ये फ्रेज मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है. So sorry for those students who can't understand Hindi. ये लड़ाई मेरी खुद से है, मुझे खुद को ही हराना है. मैं भीड़ नहीं हूं दुनिया की, मेरे अंदर भी जमाना है. मुझे खुद को हराना है. Yes, yes or no, please? The only person I need to really defeat today is myself. And guess what? If I defeat myself, I earn my own self-respect. कि मैंने अपने आप को ही हरा दिया यार, मेरा बिल्कुल मन नहीं कर रहा था. And I say this to everyone. Most students, when I was a child, my parents used to ask me कि बच्चा तुझे क्या करने में अच्छा लगता है? What do you like to do? And then they say, if you do the things that you like, then you'll become successful one day. I changed that sentence completely now. Successful people usually do the things which they don't even like to do. They don't only do the things that they like, they also do the things that they don't like to do. For example, getting up in the morning. For an athlete who doesn't feel like getting out and going for a run, he still goes for a run. That fellow is successful. So things which need to be done, get done irrespective of your feelings about it. That's where success really is. And that's the sentence I want you to absorb here. Success never means do the things that you like. Success actually means doing the things that you don't like to do. For example, there's an ice cream in front of me. I feel like eating it. No. मन तो कर रहा है ना. A healthy fit person will say, nahin, I don't feel like refusing this ice cream. It is actually tasty, but I'll override my feelings. I will overpower like my feelings. I'm like a sumo wrestler sitting on my own feelings. Like, kaise? How dare you ask for an ice cream? So I'm doing the things which I don't feel like doing. And that's where the real fit people start shining in life. And that's what I want to do. Only when you can study, when you don't feel like studying, you have my massive self-respect. That's the person I salute. I don't salute someone who's trying to say I read 10 hours every day. I'm not here to salute that person. I'm here to salute that fellow who says कि आज मेरे को बिल्कुल पढ़ने का मन नहीं था, फिर भी आज मैंने 2 घंटे पढ़े. आज मुझे माइग्रेन हो रहा था, फिर भी I read for 1 hour. That's the person I'm really looking forward to, and I really wish that person gets all the success in his life, because he's conquered himself. He's actually done. He's overpowered his feeling center from his frontal lobes. He is on the side of doing things. He is not on the sides of emotions and feelings, because our emotions and feelings usually take a shortcut towards comfortable things. Yes or no, please? I am here to tell you, you are not here to get into the comfortable, easy, nice things. You are here to honestly do the things which are ugly to do. Refusing the sweets in front of you. Going to the gym when you don't feel like it. Studying when you don't feel like it. Talking to your parents who's maybe had a quarrel with you. आपको मन नहीं कर रहा उनको वापस जाके बात करने का, then you go there. So do the things which need to be done, even if you don't feel like doing it, even if your emotions say नहीं करना है, मन नहीं कर रहा, don't do it यार, क्या छोड़. So that's the space I want you to be in. And I genuinely wish for you a world of no compromise. I genuinely wish for you a attacking life mentality. You know what's an attacking life mentality? You know, most of us just accept life for what it throws at us, and we sit down and we cry and we verbalize our frustration, and other people say, हाँ यार, it is justified, सही बात है यार, तुझे तो बुरा लगेगा ना. But what if you stand up like this? I call this the warrior mentality. You stand up like this and take those bullets head on, and you attack life with whatever stamina you have. I say this sentence all the time. On the days you feel like running, just a phrase, just listen to this. On the days you feel like running, run. On the days you can't run, at least walk. On the days you can't even walk, crawl. But whatever it is, you better be moving every day. That's what life's core message is. Some days you will run, some days we will walk, some days you will just crawl. But crawling is wonderful. Crawling is better than running, because crawling is done on the days where you don't feel like doing anything. So I have my respect on you on the days you crawl, not the days you're flying, not the days you're running, not the days you're completing a marathon. I'm here to tell you the crawling days are massively respecting days, because वो दिन ऐसे हैं जिसमें आपको उठने का भी मन नहीं कर रहा. Maybe you're on the hospital bed and you're studying on the hospital bed. Not that I wish that for you. I'm just trying to give you a picture of what I'm trying to create for you. That's really the attacking life mentality, and that's I want you to hold life from the scruff of the neck and not start becoming a sissy, not start becoming a complaint baby, and start thinking कि कोई बात नहीं, एक पंच ही तो लगा है, मैं गिर गया तो क्या हो गया, हड्डी टूट गई तो क्या हो गया, मरा तो नहीं ना. I'm still breathing, I'm still living, I have the will, I will come back and I will fight again. I agree that life will again throw a punch at me, again I'll fall down, again I'll dust myself and get back up. I'll throw again, I'll throw again, I'll throw again, and one day life will tell me, bahut ho gaya, now I'll not punch again. Remember that toy? If you have ever seen that toy, it's called a hit me toy. Hit me toy. A hit me toy, you had a heavy base and a light top, and then you hit it, it'll go down, but comes back up. Go down and comes back up. And that's what life is. Life has always been about standing back. Life has never been about not falling. Falling will happen. You will always disappoint yourself sometime, but you're like, कोई बात नहीं, कर अपने को fresh slate मिलने वाली है, कब अपने को fresh basket मिलने वाली है. And this is the only thing I want you to बच्चे know. And did whatever I'm saying, we have here so many things that I genuinely feel I need you to know. And this is something, again, I know this, it really helps in your preparation. There is something called as accountability buddy. Are you answerable to someone? Are you answerable to someone? So I always say study in groups. That's always better. Don't do this alone. Okay? If you have people around you who are in the same race, it always help. That's the concept of slipstream. You know what's the concept of slipstream? Okay? The first person in this cycling line is doing the most effort against the resistance of wind. The second one is getting a bit of a wind vacuum tunnel, so he's having less effort to push. The third one, even lesser effort. The last one is almost going through a tunnel of no wind, so least resistance to him. But he's also flying at 40 kilometers an hour like the first one, but the first one is having the maximum effort. After like 5 minutes, the last fellow will come first, and the first one go to second. So this is called the slipstream concept. So all of them are taking turns one by one to make that effort, and they're resting for some time. That's what accountability buddies do. In your preparation from now till July, hunt for people around you who are as committed to cycle as you are, and you can say, tu push kar yaar, main thoda piche rehta hu. Then I will push, and you kind of be a bit behind. So you kind of taking turns in trying to go at that rapid pace, and both of you benefit from here. So it's not competition, it's a team sport. So your preparation may not be a lonely activity. You might have a team to play with, and guess what? Both of you will do so well in this. This is really, really something I genuinely feel I needed to tell you. So this is really, I spoke my heart out. Nothing of this is something that I've written anywhere. Okay, it's not. It's just a extempore. Whatever I feel, been almost an hour since I've been talking, and I'm quite famous to talk about a lot of nutrition in my lectures. This is not that space, but I'm equally passionate about talking to your minds, talking through my heart to your heart. I've always called this dil ki baat, not kind of a thing, not man ki baat. So most of us, okay, have the same architecture, we have the same human anatomy. Now, the only thing we know, see, we might feel that humans are species of intellect and IQs and Einsteins and frontal lobes kind of discussion, mathematics, physics. But guess what? Humans are not so much species of intellect and intelligence. Humans are species of emotions and messy feelings. That's what humans really are. And till the time we don't really even work on managing our feelings and emotions, our intellect may not be of too much use. It's basically just a messy structure. We might promise ourselves the entire world, but will not get anywhere because our heart is just looking for excuses. This is called the excuse mentality. Okay, we have a victim mentality almost कि यार मेरे साथ ही बुरा होता है, यार मेरी तो किस्मत ही खराब है. This is called the victim mentality. Don't feel, nobody is going to give you sympathy here, and nobody should. You are trying to extract sympathy when none is due for you. I only have sympathy for you once you show me that I've had days and days and days of trying to crawl and I'm doing my best, but I'm still crawling. You have my complete sympathy and respect. I don't have sympathy for people who just cry, who just voice their frustration and do nothing about it. I'm here to tell you that you have my respect only when you stand back up. खड़े होके तो दिखाओ, फिर आप मेरी उंगली पकड़ना. आप समझते हो कि हम गिरे हैं तो कोई मेरे को उंगली वहां देगा और मुझे उठाएगा. उठना खुद को है आप. You have to get up, then you will get support. If you feel that it's the world's responsibility and God's responsibility and destiny's responsibility to go down and pick you up every time you fall down, sorry, you're expecting too much. And we are not here. Nobody has got the time. Nobody has got the conscience to do this for you. You need to get up yourself with whatever effort it takes, and then you can expect people to hold you, give a pat on your shoulder and say, yes, you got up, now I will take you home. But getting up is in your hand, and it's your moral responsibility. If you have been given that elite cream of being an MBBS doctor, you are someone already. You might feel, yeah, जब मैं PG करूंगा तब मैं कुछ बन जाऊंगा. You will not feel anybody even then, by the way. Then आपको लगा नहीं मैं, if I have a good career, I'll feel like somebody. You will still not feel like somebody, right? So don't keep on changing your goalposts and then you feel ऐसा होगा तो मुझे अपने बारे में अच्छा लगेगा. नहीं, that's a myth. You have to know you're already someone. You are a human with emotions and feelings, ready to fight back whatever life throws at you. And that, I believe, would be really my two bits. I planned for half an hour, but this extempore and my flow just went on for an hour. I hope I've made some dent in your world, and that's what I usually say. All of us are here to make a dent in the world. Like that Apple company's logo, where there's an apple with a small dent on it. That was Steve Jobs, who had that famous saying, make a dent in the world. And that apple is dented. to explore the possibility that only if you desire to have that punch back, making a small dent in the world, that's when you would feel that life is worth living. Till the time you become a sissy crybaby, a bag full of complaints, your, you don't even have my sympathy, I'm sorry to say. Get back up and punch. And then you see how the world opens up right in front of your eyes and like, yeah, ye kya hua? This is magic. Magic happens with everyone. But for the magic to be seen, you can't see it from the floor of that boxing ring when you're down. You can only see when you're standing back up, ready to get back into the next fight and the next bout. Yes. Now tell me if whatever I did with all my blessings, with all my goodwill and my genuine heart connect to you, I don't know if you can even feel what I feel now. It's my humble attempt to light a candle in your hearts, to give you some perspective on life, which we usually would wish that our teachers would be able to tell us when we were children in schools. But we were taught only mathematics and physics and this and geography and history and Muhammad Ghazni and this and that. But I just wish somebody at that time told me all of this. This is, I feel, even more important than the facts of subjects, than grammar, and then this and that. Nobody spoke to us about how to have a strong mind, how to control mind, how to look at disappointment, how to look at dealing with injustice, dealing with a bad word, dealing with somebody who's kind of done bad things to us without us doing anything bad in return. किसी ने बताया ही नहीं कि ऐसे में क्या करना है, दिल और दिमाग को कैसे अपने कंट्रोल में रखना है, ये तो सिखाया ही नहीं. और डॉक्टर बना दिया और एमबीबीएस बना दिया और बोला कि जाओ आगे. बट जंग में वेपन्स नहीं दिए और बोला जाओ जीत के आओ. बोले तलवार कहाँ है भाई? आप बोलते हो यार तलवार तो दी नहीं. The skill sets which you need to succeed in life are not subject skills, are actually how to handle feelings and emotions are the real skill sets which become a permanent 24-hour armor around you, which takes you into the battlefield and you come back a winner. But if you go back without that armor, thinking कि यार ये बार बार मुझे चोट क्यों लग रही है, but where is that armor for you to create? So today in that 1 hour I've tried to give you a perspective on how you want to look at the. So I'm not here to give you sayings. Trust me, those small motivational sayings in the morning don't mean anything. I've seen so many groups में good morning के साथ में कुछ message आता है. How many of us have been able to change our life from those messages? The answer is zero. It feels nice for 2 seconds till the time you read it. And you're back to your newspaper with यार ये क्या bomb blast हो रहा है. Yes or no? So in this 1 hour, I'm not here to give you sayings. I'm here to tell you the real action is an action. The real action is not in feelings, not in emotions, but in controlling them, irrespective of the fact that it feels bad to accept injustice in this world. But winners have that absolute talent of not questioning why bad things happen to them. But they say that koi baat nahi, just do it. Yes, bache? Thank you very much. Straight 1 hour of unadulterated monologue. I hope I could make a dent in your mind and your heart. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, very long time, and I thought it's the right time and opportunity to take this head on, take the bull with its horn, and just shake you here, right? Stop being a complaint box. and start taking life from the scruff of its neck and say कि अब नहीं रुकूंगा, अपने से जीतूंगा और अपने को दुनिया का सबसे रिस्पेक्टफुल बंदा बना के दिखाऊंगा. Thank you very much. God bless. Take care. Join my Telegram group. I'm there all the time and I do all this there as well in various forms. Come on the meditation. Try to learn about mental control. Really serves you beautifully in the long run.